Good morning, KL students. So today is a new week, and we are going to be talking about David's drawings. And so I know that these read alouds, we learn lots of different things, but this time we're going to be learning something really cool. So this is about David's drawings, and if you look at this picture, what do you think this story is going to be about? We're going to predict. Well, this week we're going to be talking a lot about using shapes and different things that shapes can make. So here's a squiggle, and I wonder what he could make that into. Think about it. What do you think they could make that into? So this is called realistic fiction. So it's fake, so it's false. Fiction means that it's false, so it's not true, but it's realistic, so it seems like it could be true. So here's David's drawings, and it says Story and Pictures by Catherine Falwell. And Catherine Falwell made the pictures and she wrote the story. So that's here pretty cool, I think. David's drawings. And as you can see, there's some mittens and some toast, maybe a fork and a pencil. Here we go. This picture. Here we go. One gray winter day, David saw a beautiful tree. So which of these people is David? This boy? How did you know that? Because it was a boy? Yeah. And then here's a tree. Well, why do you think that tree is beautiful? Do you think trees are beautiful? Can you tell that he's looking at that tree? When he got to school, David took off his boots and hung up his jacket. He found a pencil and a fresh piece of paper. So a fresh piece of paper means that there's a new piece of paper. That means it's clear. There's nothing on that piece of paper. And that's one of our vocabulary words. Can you say the word fresh? Fresh. Where is David in this picture? He's at school. That's pretty cool. And when he gets to school, he hung up his coat and took off his boots because we know from our previous picture that it's probably the season. What season is it when it's really cold out? Probably winter, or maybe he lives somewhere that's really cold. David thought for a moment, then he made a drawing of the tree he had seen. Right there. So this side, it's going to show his drawing. That's pretty cool. Nice tree, said Amanda, but it needs some color. David got some crayons and made the tree brown. Amanda smiled. I think it needs some grass, too. David handed her a green crayon. Here, you can make some, he said shyly. That means he was kind of nervous to talk to her. And Amanda colored green grass under that tree. So see, there's what the picture looks like now. So what's happening in this? People are adding things to his picture. Do you think he was excited? He seems pretty happy about that. That tree needs some leaves, said Ryan. David looked at his drawing and began to add leaves. He even let Ryan draw a few more. Look, said Jamal, I have some cool stickers. May I put some on the picture? Sure, said David. So what's happening now? Is this just David's drawing anymore? No, they're adding different things. That's awesome. How cool. It's going to be a pretty neat picture, don't you think? I know. It needs a person like me, Laurel said, and she grinned and drew a girl. It needs a boy too, said Carlos. Okay, said David, and Carlos drew a boy with an orange shirt. Here, I'll get really close so you can see. Isn't that nice of him to let them draw on his picture? That's pretty cool. Kira quickly added a row of fluffy clouds. Make sure you can see that. A row of fluffy clouds. Brandon drew a cat and a dog. Thea added a smiling turtle. Birds sure would look nice, said Lee May, and she drew 2 birds flying in the air. I think it needs rainbows too, said Rosie, and she set to work with a fist full of colors. Look at her colors. That's turning into a really pretty picture over here, isn't it? The bell rang for class to begin. Hey, that was fun, said Ryan. We made a great picture, said Kira. See you at recess, David, asked Amanda. Sure, David agreed. How do you think the children were feeling about that picture? Do you think that they were excited about it? I think I would be excited about that picture too. At the end of the day, David looked at the picture again and he wrote our class picture at the bottom and hung it on the bulletin board. I think he's probably proud of it too, don't you think? When David walked home from school, he saw the beautiful tree. When he got home, David took off his boots and hung up his jacket. He found a fresh piece of paper. Do you all remember what that means? That means it's new and there wasn't anything on it. It was a brand new piece of paper. David thought for a moment and he made a drawing of the tree he had just seen. How is this the same as what happened at the beginning of the book? He saw the tree and drew it both times. What? David's sister came over to the table. What do you think she's going to say about that painting or that drawing? Nice drawing, she said, but it needs something, she said. David looked up. His sister smiled. It needs to hang on your wall, she said. I think so too, said David. Then he wrote my drawing underneath of it at the bottom and hung it right over his bed. Why do you think he drew that picture again? Do you think he just really likes that tree? Yeah. Or he wanted to draw the tree that he thought was beautiful? The end. It says, sweet dreams. Pretty awesome. What a fun story. That's a neat story. Don't you think that was a neat story? I really like that one. So I have some vocabulary words for you that we had in this story. First one was fresh. Can you all say that? Fresh. And that means it was clean and it didn't have anything on the paper. So it was a brand new piece of paper. Another word we are going to learn is grinned. Do you know what that means? Grinned means smiled. Can you give me a big grin? And then the last vocabulary word is moment. And that means there's a very small amount of time. So for a moment, he looked at the tree. So that means he only saw it for just a little bit of time. So those are our vocabulary words for this week. We also are going to talk about how people can work together. How did people work together in this story? Like David's classmates. How did they work together? Tell me. So that's what you're going to tell me in your comments. How did people work together and when do you work together with someone? I can't wait to hear how you work hard together with other people because it sure seems like a lot of fun in this story. I'll talk to you all soon.